Hi, I'm Ryan Kazimierski, and this is American Hard Assets Market Minute. Today we're joined by Doug Jackson of Elemental Capital. Doug, gold and silver have dropped for the second straight day for the first time in a while, and we're at 4-week lows on each. What are you seeing in the market for the reasons for this drop?
Yeah, Ryan, thanks for having me on. A couple things. The real reason that we thought on the desk that the market continued to be a little bit inflated was the situation out of Syria. The Assad regime, proof of chemical weapons, rumors of U.S. involvement as far as the military strike. Anytime you have that sort of dynamic in the metals market into the financial markets, there is some sort of reaction. People trying to get ahead of the rumor, buy the rumor, sell the news type things. That seemed military close. Secretary Kerry and Prime Minister Lavrov seem to have come to an agreement on what they expect to do with the Assad regime. Syria seems willing to turn over the chemical weapons. So you've seen some foot off the accelerator type movement in the markets where people aren't trying to push gold higher. I still think this goes back to a discussion we had when you had me on earlier about the tapering comments from the Fed. Next week is the Fed meeting. The market is expecting the Fed to reduce purchases by $10 billion from 45 to 35. I think markets are going to stand by until then. I think the downward pressure, the 1325 is a number we've talked about before, is starting to show its head. We're trading there this morning or right around it. I think getting ahead of the interest rate move is what a lot of players are trying to do. There's been a lot of talk about the U.S. 10-year where that's going to trade if the Fed starts intervening, and also very much in the headlines, what is gold going to do during that same time? I think with the economic news this morning, initial claims were lower than expected. Survey was coming in at 332. Actuality came in at 292. Now, part of that was a glitch with a computer changeover, so a couple areas did not report the full amount. We will see what comes back with the revision. Right now, we have a little bit of a short bias. Metals have had a great run. I think that's something to keep in mind. People are like, oh, it's a down investment. Things aren't going well. Yes, but since 2008, gold's up 46% and silver's up 102%. And yes, this month they're down about 5% and 6% respectively, but you've had a huge run. And markets tend to do this. They tend to come back a little bit. There's going to be news items that move it out of its range, Syria being one of those. But I think interest rate intervention by the Fed is going to be a very big thing, and we should know a lot by next Wednesday.
All right, Doug. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for the information. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.